Welcome. Use check-in, hello, and to your name here. Check-in. Give access to camera and mic. Yes. Doxy wants to use your camera. Allow. Ouch. Okay, Doxy wants to allow. Please. Yep. Should work. Okay, there's a picture. Look at pictures. There's a picture. Oh, it's too. Alright. Yeah, I saw the chuckle. Get my own video and then done. Exit.
Hey, Tracy.
Hi, I'm sorry. Humping all that stuff in and getting it all in and squared away. I'm sorry. How are you?
Good. How are you doing finding an attorney?
The politically correct answer is I am diligently calling.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I have hope. There's somebody that I probably should have began with. But yeah, I have hope. It's, I hate to even
You're
put odds
looking
on
in
it.
Nashville?
Yeah, I'm tired of the little, the pea pool that is in Maryville. I'm done with the good old boys kind of conversations that happen off record, yeah, in the hallways, in the elevators, over the phone, that kind of stuff, at liquid lunches. Yeah.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Monday's gonna be hopefully wonderful.
Okay. Great.
Mhm. Um, I'm sorry. I'm super not organized. I don't know if you can. I've got boxes of all the things stacked to try and to pull from supports if I need to not, if I don't already have them in pictures or in the shared drive. Tell me how this should go, because when I drive, it's probably not the best idea.
So, basically what we're meeting for today is that there were some documents that you felt were important.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you've sent me a slew of them, and, I've looked at them. Some of them are relevant to my report. Some of them, I don't even know what they are.
Okay, got it.
But I charged up my iPad, which was not charged before, so I can open them on my iPad.
Super. So do you want to start with Paranoid? Because that's the Google Photos folder that I shared with you before you finished the first evaluation.
Okay, so what's in, let me do a search on Tracy. And you sent all those through your Google address, right?
So we did it in I shared the folder with you at our third appointment right after I got out of jail. So I think that was February 6th. So that day there was like maybe 20 in there. And it was pictures of the Ividian spyware that he installed, which has since been unarchived, and the actual recordings of him, like making recordings of Oscar himself and I for the month, are in one of the folders shared with you. Then I added more and more and more through that time frame, and then I think I called you March 8th, maybe. I called you again on March 8th when I shared some more of Oscar's documents. So it had to do with his psyche valves.
I can find that one. You know what? I have to look through. I have to look through all of your.
Let me see. So my
go
ahead.
You have so many different emails.
I've had so many that have been corrupted. Occasionally, I can.
Okay, I got the one that says paranoid. Okay.
So that's the folder with all the big scary pictures.
Okay. All right. View album.
And I apologize in advance. So my iPhone took a tumble and it's got packing tape on it. So the screen is cracked. So it shouldn't be too difficult, but.
Okay. So I'm looking at these things, but I don't know what they mean.
Okay. Have you looked at this one before? So I know where I'm jumping off from.
At this particular one?
At the paranoid folder? Yeah, because I called you on the 8th to make sure you could see all the Google Photos pictures. And
I can see them. I just don't know what they mean.
Did you look at them before the last report?
Yeah, but I don't know what they mean. If I don't know what they mean, I don't know what they are.
Okay.
So you had a whole bunch of them in here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just not. Whoops. Hold on. I gotta go back. Yeah, so there are all these screenshots. Can you just tell me what they mean?
Sure. I need to make sure that we're both in the same Google Drive.
Yeah, the one that's called Paranoid.
So, Google Drive switched to Google One and unorganized all my previously organized folders. So there was a lot of organizational loss. That's why you got just a smattering of things that didn't have titles any longer. Let's see if that's the whole thing. Yeah. Is the whole thing? Well, I thought this was going to be a little more seamless, but I'm kind of nervous, so I'm not super great with tech. Alright, paranoid should be labeled in quotation marks with a question mark. October 25th, 2014 to July 19th, 2021?
Yes, I have that.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Alright, so, I guess we'll start at the top since those are probably the oldest ones.
Okay.
That one happened to be Oscar's ongoing OT concerns and goals. I think this related to one of your questions early on in the first eval about us agreeing about Oscar's needs and issues and not necessarily being on the same page, and him not being as supportive as I thought he definitely needed to be with the necessity for therapy. This next shot, if you, I'm assuming you're going to go from left to right on yours.
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay. Sorry. Here, just so if you look at my pad and yours
mine looks just like that.
Just checking. Otherwise, it defeats the purpose. The temporary parenting plan that was downloaded 8/19 of 2015. So
yes.
That's a little early to be downloading temporary parenting plans. If you're still, representing that person and actively participating in that marriage. The next one has to do with my accusations of Roman commingling the estate money intentionally after having opened the estate account with USAA fraudulently with my dead father's Social Security number. And these were all the bills that he was paying personally out of our accounts when they should have been coming directly from the estate account because he was the estate attorney.
Well, what's that check for? Is that to pay him for the expenses he outlaid?
Yeah, he made me reimburse him. He closed one of Dad's credit cards without my participation, and it was a really big deal because he didn't get any of the financial records, which would have shown my father's last movements, which were really important to the VA case. We need to know if he was paying for meds, where he was going, what his appointments were, things like that. They were important for court, but yeah. He shouldn't have done that. So as soon as he had informed me that he closed it, the check was deposited, and then I needed to pay him the money right back immediately to reimburse our marital expenses, which should never happen.
What's wrong with that, though? I'm not sure I understand. If you had an attorney, you would have had to write that check.
He was the attorney.
I know, but...
So it should, because Roman created the estate account, it should have always come out of the estate account. It should have never been paid from our personal monies. This is, the estate account was open Christmas Day in 2015. Here's a check that I'm writing in 2017.
I have questions, okay, because I'm just
Yes,
trying
ma'am.
to understand, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So, attorneys often pay from their business account, but of course he's doing this not through his law firm. So,
yes, he was doing this through his law firm.
But he wasn't paying for it through the law firm, wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So I don't understand why it's wrong for the estate to reimburse him for the expenses that he incurred during that he accrued while he was doing the estate work.
Because if you, number one, the estate attorney isn't supposed to do that. That's why you open an estate account to pay for estate expenses. So that right off the bat is an absolute no-no. The fact that Robin was the one that personally created the account, so independent of just the universal, like what probate attorneys are supposed to do, if you are the person that created it, you have absolute access to that account. You wouldn't pay for it through your own personal checking account unless there was an intention behind it.
Okay.
And the grander picture is that with his entanglement with my father just before death, the beneficiary changes after death, the marital issues, the cheating, the spyware, the fact that I'd asked him to get other estate attorneys and he never effectively transferred the cases, the intentional missing of the disclaim window of my dad's assets to, have them directly passed to Oscar. I mean, this is way after the fact. He should have never had his hands involved with my dad's estate of probate at all. He was already considering divorce, he later told me, and had already seen divorce attorneys. So, I mean, if he was going to do that, I, as his client, should have been informed. Like, it was my choice to say, hey, I'm comfortable with you handling this, or I'm not. But I can tell you, if I had any idea he was seeing divorce attorneys, or opening separate accounts, or closing our accounts, or installing spyware, or cheating, there's no way that I would have been okay with him handling the estate. And, the beneficiary changes after death are impossible.
Okay.
And him being in Cookville, the last day I talked to my father, that, he's never disclosed that. He's never explained that. Him creating new powers of attorney a week after my dad was out of a mental hospital. I mean, he was institutionalized. He checked himself in. Any basic attorney would know that it's not an appropriate or good time to start drafting, really important legal documents when you're, in that really questionable window. I wasn't told that was happening. there was no reason for new powers of attorney to be drawn up because Roman was very well aware that I couldn't get confirmation that my dad was actually hospitalized because of privacy issues.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that I eventually was able to find out that he was there was with use of the power of attorney that was finally found and on file. You don't need to replace that if you're super duper positive that it exists. And so to circle back to your regular question, I know it doesn't seem weird or inappropriate that he paid from our marital account. The fact is that I didn't know he opened my dad's estate account on Christmas Day while we were at, Opryland Hotel. I didn't find out until 6 or 7 months later, maybe. I mean, it was a long, long time afterwards. And it's certainly not appropriate for him to use a dead man's Social Security number to open an account. I mean, I am a high school dropout, and I haven't been allowed to touch finances in 20 plus years, but I know you don't do that. And there's a rule that I've read about commingling and transmuting assets. So I'll show you the original document that I have. So this is the trust law update.
Okay.
This is essentially a what to do list of how to.
Yeah. All right, Tracy, I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not an attorney or a judge.
Sure, got it.
So the fact that he was doing these things behind your back and you're showing me what you consider evidence, that's all I need.
Oh,
Because that's all I'm going to say is
sure.
that he was, were the things that he did that were distressing and upsetting to you and a part of what's going on. So I don't need to understand trust law. That's
it's
that
not.
would be a separate lawsuit if you wanted to sue him, I suppose.
Oh no, ma'am. I'm not trying. He didn't actually do this. He didn't do any of it. It's just to show that the timing of the download of the learning how to convert separate inheritance into marital property, before my father was dead, that I'm not, God help me, I'm trying to do my very best to avoid lawsuits. I don't want to go to court.
Is your inheritance marital property? It shouldn't be.
No, you're right, it shouldn't be, but, I mean, he was writing to, hold on, let me see here in June. So he wrote into the White County Clerk's office in October of 2015 and told them to transfer the title of my father's property to my name. That was not okay with me. That was not discussed. Probate was still open.
To your name or his name?
My name. But Dad's intention and my intention, even before death, was to put that property in Oscar's name because that's what my dad wanted. He wanted that to be there for the generations. I have tons of handwritten notes. There's probably friggin' screenshots of those too, where, he tried for years and years and years to get that done. So the fact that Roman did that without my participation, without my knowledge, and the fact that it certainly isn't the proper legal way to do it. And he's later asserted, now that the property is in my name, and it's not. I came down and I dug through the archive and got all the records. It's care of...
Whose name is it in?
My dad's. Probate's still open. There's never been a final accounting. There's accounts that aren't... It's just a huge, big friggin' mess, and there's never been taxes filed on it, and I'm going to be in big trouble for a multitude of reasons. But...
Okay.
Yeah, that's where that goes, and I'm sorry. It's the lead up while he was moving all these other things behind the curtain, yet now he's trying to appear to everyone that, I was paranoid, I'm inappropriate for being worried or concerned about this stuff, or having questions, or not trusting him, and that's just bullshit. I mean, if he wants to offer some explanations about...
Do you have an estate attorney now?
No, not really. I have somebody who looked at the file. So, I think they might be on paper. I don't know. The papers that I picked up when I had to go retrieve my dad's suicide gun a month ago, I think those papers were pulled in 2019 maybe, right after the Turkey Creek 911 anonymous call, like around that time frame, within a couple of, I think it would have been a couple of months. So, yeah. But estate attorneys handle one kind of work. You know, they're used to and prepared for very simple estates. This would be more of a malpractice estate attorney, which is kind of a unicorn situation. Because yeah, there's no explanation why Roman opened that intestate. We had a valid will at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on. I know that that's not part of it. The next ones are checks. More money that I paid Roman. Let's see. So this one is specifically of my father's subpoena call logs of his last phone calls before death. The reason that this one is relevant is because May 13th, when Roman was in Cookville and didn't disclose it. And then the last phone call specifically being, you know, when he alerted 911 that there was an organ donor. So you can, I mean, I think I may have even screenshot the actual ME's report, but when you see the other documents where it shows the beneficiaries are changed, you can have a little backup that he was for sure dead, which makes it impossible. The next one are just of Oscar's bites through the years. There should be, when you open the bubbles on the side, I'm sorry, I'll let you write. I apologize.
The bubbles on the side, okay.
Bubbles on the side. Oh no.
It says slideshow, download.
Oh, no, okay. I'm totally wrong. That one has lost its titling. Maybe it's in the next one. Okay, there we go. The next one is a picture of a closet.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you zoom in a smidge, right next to the closet door is a rifle in the playroom of my in-laws' house.
Okay, I'm trying to find it.
If
Okay, so it's not in the closet.
yeah, it's just
Oh, okay, now I see
you say it. And that was an issue starting back in 2017. The next picture is like a close-up of it. And then
so whose closet is?
This is my mother-in-law's closet. They are big gun enthusiasts. They do have a safe downstairs. They have been robbed by one of their other children while we were there at Easter. My father-in-law does not take firearm safety seriously. He dismisses me entirely because I acknowledge that I'm the helicopter mom, but he does not acknowledge that Oscar isn't necessarily going to understand the gravity. There's been issues with gun safety and safety in general with Oscar very, very soon, like crawling age on, you know. It was to the point to where Roman and I both agreed that we weren't staying at their home when we would come for holidays. We'd get a hotel. Just because there was too much conflict around it and there's no reason to stir the pot. Just made it easy. Which now he conveniently has amnesia about. I had called my mother-in-law about this after trying to talk to Roman about it. She said that she was going to address it immediately. Yeah. It's just an uncomfortable situation, and it was tense for this and other reasons as well.
Okay.
This is about crap. This could have been about the files that had been removed from my view that Roman had claimed. Let's see if there's a date on this one. Next one is Roman's drive writings that no longer exist.
His what kind of writing?
So it's called Writings. The name of the folder is that he told me afterwards that was available for view and had everything I needed, yada yada. But it's not. What it was his dossier, his journal that he started prepping in like 2013.
Okay.
This one specifically is, you can see a cell phone in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Dad's last version of his practice suicide note. The reason that is important, actually, I may have to dip out because I have the original with me. The version in the kitchen trash that still had blood on it, that was all torn up, the back of it is a beneficiary change to add Roman Reese as a secondary beneficiary. So it was not obviously turned in, but the paperwork was there. Dad's ID, no big deal. The next one is Dad's suicide note, the top of it.
Right, that you've sent me.
Okay, so the password to all of his financial accounts, his email, all that crap, is right there on the top.
Okay.
You can imagine I was not necessarily not in any frame of mind to start going after documents and things like that. Okay. But Roman offered to handle it. I think this one the next one down, thanks, but in my last will and testament, so you can just see the bottom line about Oscar in that one. Oscar is right there. I have a close-up where you can actually read it. So if you skim all the way down, there's the autism pamphlet that's laying crooked.
It's very blurry.
I'm so sorry. I could probably get you a better shot.
I think I have a copy of this in the file.
Okay. So, I mean, it specifically here states again that Dad's intent was this was for Oscar and such. This one was part of, or I think it was just outside of the suicide note is what I was looking at right before. The reason that I put that one in there is because Mary Salerno suggested in her writing of her medical records of me that I was unwilling to try certain medications. And I specifically had issues with ones Dad had taken that I didn't want any part of because, it was just, I didn't want to take that genetic risk or predisposition if there were other options. So this one talks about his trazodone and his bupropion, which I'm almost positive was Wellbutrin. I think it's Wellbutrin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was happy to stay with my Effexor. I didn't want to go on some of the other things she suggested. And I believe there's some other notes in here about meds that he had tried that just weren't a good fit. So.
Okay.
Let's see. The next one might be his medical records. 42215.
I'm trying to find that.
Sorry. Okay, so the close-up of the trazodone. Then there's, I missed a little one. I apologize. Okay, here we go. This is the estate account with USA that Roman opened. It was actually Christmas Day of 2015, but the $25 payment that Roman submitted electronically didn't reach it until the 29th.
Okay.
The next one is about Dad's admission attending notes. Shows that they inappropriately tagged him as low risk. They didn't ask about firearms or contact anybody. But go ahead.
Where does it say that he was low risk? They list, eminent, high, moderate, low.
So the silly check mark, like the X in the box.
Okay.
So I mean, there's thousands of pages of this. I didn't figure you want to see all of it, but it was relevant because Roman has claimed. I don't know if he specifically came to you, but I was under the impression that you were reading his deposition testimony.
I read those.
Okay. So Roman has said to others that I had gotten records. I made up the fact that someone at the VA gave me privilege records that don't exist.
Tracy, what was the date of your father's death? Because this is dated 4/20.
Mm-hmm. This is when he was inpatient at the psych unit. They kept him there about 3, maybe 4 days. Dad's suicide was 5/16/15. His last appointment was that Thursday, so I would say it was the 14th. 14th, Friday, 14th, 15th, yeah. Okay, so it was the 14th. Roman and Dad seemed to have crossed paths on the 13th. It was also the last day I talked to my dad. Yeah, the new powers of attorney, healthcare and financial, were created by Roman on 4/28 and 4/27. The new trust documents, the how to turn your marital assets or your inheritance to marital assets, was downloaded 4/29/15.
What kind of document was that again?
It's called Trust Law Update, but it's how to fix old trusts. So Dad was pursuing creating a trust for Oscar for quite a long time. You know, a savings account, an ABLE plan, a Utah something or other, like ways in which to safeguard his assets and prepare and benefit Oscar. But this was before Oscar even had a diagnosis. It was just his only grandchild, so that's all it was ever going to be. But that was Roman downloaded that 4/29/15. Then he had a secret wealth planning management meeting on 5/9/15. He got very upset with me, specifically asking the financial guy about creating a special needs trust because Oscar had just been diagnosed in December. So, I was already considering the long term because that's what I do in crisis. I try and plan because there's nothing else you can do. You just got to keep rolling with the punches. Yeah, it's just a lot of emotion tied up in that. Sorry. The next screenshot shows that he was officially diagnosed on the 23rd.
Trying to find that.
It's just after the last one we saw about him being stuck as or put into a low risk category.
Okay.
Dad was trying to get an earlier appointment with his VA doctor on that Friday.
Yeah, so the low risk category one, and then the next one.
Does it have scribbles on it or no scribbles?
No scribbles. It's another page from the VA thing. Okay. Then we have a page with scribbles.
Okay, so the page with no scribbles that you're seeing shows his discharge date.
Okay. All right, and then the page with scribbles, what is that?
Okay, so this is Roman's personal folder.
The durable power of attorney, the power of attorney.
Okay. So these are Roman's documents created relating to my dad's stuff. So you've got Dad's will. You've got the durable power of attorney documents created 4/27. 4/27. Right. The healthcare 4/28. These Tennessee docs are. I can probably pull this easier. Okay, so I did have them in print copy ready for you. Another big issue with the durable power of attorney docs that Roman created. Robert Arthur Tracy Kiss of Blount County. Okay, so when these were created in 2015, we didn't own a home in Blount County. So I don't know if that's the original date or not. That's an issue. And then it also has his number, not mine. Here we go. The second one, durable pound of attorney for healthcare, that was created at 5:18 on 4/28. Is 7712690. That is Roman's number, not my number.
Okay.
The Tennessee docs is this unfortunate piece of work. It's kind of sorry. This is Roman's notes on Dad again going after him, trying to get him to figure out a way to put the property, protect the property and his assets. It's pretty creepy to read retroactively now that I know what I know, but it's essentially advice. This is going to be in the documents that I shared with you, but yeah. So, what I'm concerned about is this version that I printed, the ones that I'm holding in my hand, or this date modified. So it looks they were changed after my father was dead. So why would you need to change notes after a man was dead for advice you'd given him before he was dead?
I'm trying to find that.
Okay, so if you're looking at the squiggly page, you tracking what I'm tracking right here? It's got a big money sign next to it.
Okay. Okay.
These are the documents.
Okay.
So what you're seeing here is, should Bob transfer the property now or let it be transferred after his death, either through his will or intestate? If he holds the property passes, is there an estate tax? It goes on to suggest that he got advice from Adam Dozier, the attorney that I wanted him to transfer Dad's estate work to when things got crappy early on, like in 2015, and he conveniently didn't manage to. But that would have been advice that he got way before Dad was dead. He puts in some law after the fact. It's confusing because it looks like 2011. He cited the law, which I don't know why he would. He's usually pretty good about that. It's yeah. Maybe we ought to come back to that one so I don't start crying because it's pretty awful. It talks about how Dad, if he insists on transferring the property, how he should transfer it to both of us, like to Roman and I. Not just me, but to Roman and I. But Jackie. But
did that happen?
I mean, not to my knowledge, but once again, I was in shock and in a horrible place, blood, guts, teeth, bone, that was not a good place for me. And I felt incredibly responsible. I tried to call my dad Saturday. I wanted to go there that weekend, but Roman insisted that I was insulting our friends and I had alienated them because of Oscar's diagnosis and that I needed to attend that stupid birthday party and not go see my dad. Okay. So, I don't know what was going on between the two of them before he died, because he wasn't being honest with me at all. I mean, the other reason I knew about this, I found this in like 2017.
Okay.
So I don't know. The next shot is of the Logitech webcam, the conspicuous date of February 21st, 2016. I think I shared the subpoena responses with you. This is relating to the spyware installation that, once again, he says was just a nanny cam for dates that he never took me on. Just totally out of order, I apologize. These are the actual creation dates in the next shot for the health power of attorney. The one that had the wrong... Yeah. This is the one that has Roman's number on it, not my telephone number.
Okay.
Editing time 17 minutes. So, if he spent 17 minutes editing that from his office at Garner and Connor, I think he would have noticed the telephone number was wrong.
Okay.
Moving on. This is the other one for the power of attorney document. This is unfortunately the pictures that Roman had on his phone, according to what is left in the archive of the computer before the hard drive had to be returned. So this is these are pictures. Some of them are of me. Most of them are just other random porn, but this went back to the question when you asked me about the traumas and when things started getting weird sexually.
Mm-hmm.
So, next to the two ladies with the butts up in the air, you'll see a girl holding a dog, and just below the girl holding a dog, you'll see an Oscar the Grouch cupcake. That was my baby shower.
Oh, okay.
This is when this man was consistently denying me sex for a newly pregnant woman who was not showing, did not look inappropriate or disgusting or what have you, like who had a double amount of testosterone, and it just progressively got worse. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot for believing him. The next shot is of our red folder password account list. So Roman carried around this red folder, there was a red folder in the office that had all of our go information. This is the account that Roman closed in 2016. He cleaned out our joint accounts and then opened it the next day in just his own name. And even prior to that, he was grifting his expense checks, but afterwards he was grifting a lot of expense checks. And that is the discovery of that is what led to me asking him to leave that night on July 5th.
Okay.
This one just shows that it's part of Roman's phone backup. The porn mixed in with the baby pictures. He's such an angel. I don't know why that other one got in there. I'm sorry. Oh, this one's showing this little. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you're not easily offended because you probably hear awful stuff all day. There is two shots. There's what is the best picture to pick out here that's not... There's a very dark box at the bottom of the next shot. It says 13, 25, 9, see those numbers? That seems to be a video of an actual sex act back from 2012. I don't know if that's not Roman Reigns. And that was not me, because I was, new baby and all. I was busy in January. Very busy. No sleep. And there seems to be another one of those pictures, I think. I can't remember what that video shows, but that was also back in, this was in 2011. This was another big issue the night I asked him to leave. The day before, I was trying to plug Oscar's headset into the Bluetooth in the car because he was getting very upset and overstimulated because there were fireworks all around him. And when I tried to hook up his headphones, I found these other paired phones in Roman's car that he still has yet to explain. Have you watched this video? This one I think is significant because it'll show you some of Oscar's meltdowns, which the date on this one I think is 2017 maybe. Yeah, this is 2017. So you can see this has happened for a number of years. But what he says is pretty disturbing. Oscar, it's your job to get in your car seat. You can't go until you get buckled up. Whoa, you so big. I'm just gonna stand here. You let me know when you're ready to go. By getting in your...
You wanna be very big. I'm closing the door doors. You can tell me when you're ready to go by getting in your car seat. Okay. Great. You ready to get in your car seat? Yeah.
So him asking to be beat, just beat me. There was a bizarre escalation of violence and violent things that Oscar started saying. He started, even at Sammy Hill, he was upsetting people by telling you to cut up babies and put them in the trash can, or just weird, creepy, upsetting things. And Oscar's, I mean, that was well after we were into the RIP program. I'm sure you could hear the very, I think I sound like an idiot having to listen to it, but like working the steps and trying to make that work. And that was probably only I was probably an hour into that meltdown. I mean, and they can last way, way longer than that and then get way more dangerous. But his request for physical violence, the way he relates to that, the fact that he's asking for it, it's scary. It's scary. But this violent thing that Roman says that has been out of control, or that I can't control, or that doesn't happen to anyone but me is bull crap. I mean, I just happen to be the one that records it to show that I'm working the steps of these programs, and they're not necessarily working for us. There were several other meltdown videos that I think I shared with you. I think the next one is him of Oscar having a meltdown at OT in 2018 for a consistent pattern, and he loves Miss Ashley, so this is kind of a rarity. He was much, much more violent and aggressive at Miss Bell's. I can't, yeah. Multiple bites. God, I'm so sorry. I really wish this was in a better order because it's just super jumping around. The next one is request account manager role. I think this was right after Roman removed me from, no, I think he very shortly removed me from access to my phone call logs. Like I can't even call and deal with them at all. They won't talk to me. But it makes providing phone records and backing myself up and proving that, yes, I talked to Oscar this, or I had to call this many times, or I was here, or I spoke to my attorney then, or what have you. When you remove my permissions and won't give me my own phone line back, it's impossible. There's a picture somewhere. Yeah, where he removed the privileges. It came to me via text message. I think this was just me trying to show that I had previously had access, but I don't have any longer. The next one is the Regions account, which was the account that I discovered the day I asked him to leave for the evening. It shows the dates so that you know that I'm not full of baloney. This one is particularly concerning, and I'm still not sure exactly what it means, but if you're tracking what I'm tracking, this is a notification to Roman Reese that on May 7th, 2014, you updated all your deliveries of accounts to be electronic. So this is a big problem because I don't do electronic. I do paper. So I think this pretty clearly shows that the prep was on the way, because he started scanning in every document that we physically had for all the years that we were together and destroying them. The next shot after that, if you see what I'm seeing, is Roman Reese's inappropriate backups of my phones that I can't get to, that he shouldn't have had to begin with, which would be really valuable. Next one is Facebook shot of the first known paramour, the babysitter, the girl that he that we had discussed coming to watch Oscar as he installed spyware 3 years after the fact, after having that discussion of going on dates. She's the adorable little brunette above my head. It sucks because I really, really liked her. Really liked her. I was super sad when he screwed that up.
When do you think they were seeing each other?
Oh, the PI reports show like July and August, and his depositions are kind of vague about when they broke up, but from what friends said via Facebook post and what I had seen retroactively, maybe like New Year's it was done because she was super solemn, like posting Atticus Reese quotes and Springsteen songs, which those are both.
Okay, but when did this occur? 21.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was July of 2019 for sure, up until I guess about New Year's. I don't know. I just had that one PI report. It was crazy expensive, and that was it. That's all I kind of needed. The only reason it bothers me so much is that it had been going on for such a long period of time, and that he continued to use it to justify that spiral installation, which is bull. This one could have just been an accident. Sorry. March 13th. Oh, okay. Sorry. There's a very important thing right above it. This is March. You can see the date underneath it, March 13th, 2018. Right above it at 4:48. Account created. iVideon. BillyPogram@gmail.com. This is our Chrome history. So, the marital rape was, January. Earlier that day, there was the iVideon password reset and then the Venmo linking. So the only reason that you would need to reattach your Venmo is if you were out of credit of some sort. So, I'm a little concerned that there might be video footage of that someplace. And he does not acknowledge that there was ever any activity past 2016. The next one is the earlier time frame of that day. I think Venmo's at 3:55. I know this is beating a dead horse. I just wanted to prove that, the spyware and stuff was real. It was going on.
Mm-hmm.
On the same day, Roman was, in my dad's folder, Bob Kiss, BillyPogram@gmail.com. Don't know why. There's some other creepy activity, like beneficiary updates to USAA on March 13th. Biometric data. I think there's some Vanguard activity, financial institution. So the next one, which is not funny at all, but this is a screenshot of Roman Arise's website at work, and these are his areas of practice that he's an expertise in. So any mistakes he would have made handling the kind of case that my father had that his firm doesn't do or that he doesn't do, that he could have fairly walked, down the hall for advice. Wills and estates, all that stuff at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
This is a screenshot of some activity off of Oscars, all in one, which is where the archived videos are. It seems to be the second place Roman Reese installed the spyware and was using it. The first one, according to the subpoena responses, looked like it was from a Verizon cell phone. Yeah, this is just more iVideon stuff. Sorry, I got an email. Yep, you can probably skip through most of that iVideon stuff. Here's this one. Yep, this is the server. So these are some more pictures of Oscar's meltdowns. I tried to pick shorter ones. This one is an issue that we had at school. I think this. Are you listening at 2 so you don't? I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too. I have my. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't want to. You can hear me using the stupid, rip language. You can walk or I'll carry you. You give them 2 choices, all that kind of stuff. The reason this is relevant is that once again, this was a transition day with Oscar, so it was horrible getting him back and deprogramming him, and then the anxiety that he would have in the transfer days, like going into school, which was a huge problem. I think the principal and maybe there were 3 support people there, and it's not acknowledged on Oscar's records in any way, which is really upsetting. But I mean, his meltdowns are having a significant impact at school. It's not like I was making this up. Of course, there's other psychological factors and medications and other stuff going on, but I handled him. I was fine. They did come out and help, but they didn't have to.
Okay.
And it's nothing that I'm doing. I have not been unstable all this time. This is just how much it is. And we've dealt. This is a picture from one of the many, many nights that I was over at the Knoxville house where I was seducing Roman Reese and his very well-stocked fridge of beer and eggs. And this is while we were still playing Family and House. This was after Disney Vacation where I was loading up and donating tons and tons of boxes because Roman Reese's major gripe with me is that I had too much shit. That I had not thrown away all of my dad's stuff or all of Oscar's baby stuff. This is my effort.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I almost forgot.
Sure.
Yeah, so he provides some pictures of the Maribel house, and there's a lot of stuff going around.
Sure.
There's a lot of clutter.
Yeah. That happens when you're in a completely demoed house and you don't have use of your hands or another human being. So, I'm happy to provide all sorts of pictures. In the dossier that he provided for Original Discovery, he took photos. He took screenshots of piles of laundry on the couch and said, "Oh, these piles have been there for months." I mean, you got an exhausted mom who's watching TV folding clothes and a pile of consignment stuff on the other couch, which is bullshit. I found pictures, I don't know, maybe a week before and a week after, that the house didn't look like that at all. He just cherry-picked shit. Now, the downstairs basement with all of my dad's stuff that came from his 6-bedroom barn and all of the baby paraphernalia that I had gotten out of the attic that I was excitedly going to use for our miscarried child that I didn't have time to deal with, that was on the treadmill, yeah. That was not an attractive space, but, I mean, the Knoxville house is pretty damn tiny for 3 people living in it, and Roman Reese had the entire basement to himself for his man cave. There was not a whole lot of room for Oscar and I. So, yeah. Okay. But yeah, the Maribel house, without seeing them, it depends on which friggin' time frame they're talking about. If they did it from the home appraisal, yeah, I've got friggin' totes taller than me stacked up. He took this red pickup truck from the Maribel house and wouldn't let me use it again. I mean, Yeah, absolutely. I need hands and I need other humans. I can't replace the toilet by myself. I can't hang shelves by myself. Um, I had to try and figure out how to fry or fix the furnace myself. The garage shelves that Roman Reese put together have collapsed. You know,
Okay.
it's just not. I'm $1.20 soaking wet. I need another human, and I need a pickup truck, and I need Habitat to start coming and picking up stuff. But they don't do that so much anymore with COVID. Um, the next one I think is a meltdown from 2019 again. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm just showing you a pattern. Mm, this the next shot is of tires, and I know it's a stretch, but I think at least you'll give me a little latitude that I either have the world's worst luck, or or I'm just a super duper screw up in combination with the world's worst luck. But this is my drive on the way to be dumped by Roman Reese for probate. My both tires blew on my car that day, within about an hour apart. This is the first one, just shredded. I called Roman, and asked him to help me, to help me with my tire so we could get to court on time. I wasn't trying to avoid it by any means. That got fixed. Well, we dealt with everything for the spare on. I can't remember. Anyway, that was all right. And then the next one blew after he blew by me. So we didn't make that court date. But the people at the tire place were just going, that shit doesn't happen. Two tires don't explode the same day within an hour apart.
Mhm.
Next shots are of the Turkey Creek when I got back from being discharged.
Mhm.
You can see that somebody who is up to no good wouldn't necessarily be parked right next to the front door.
Okay.
uh, I oh. mm, I'm sorry, this may have been an accident too. I can't recall what this is. This is the Coinbase. This might be related to the cryptocurrency screenshots that I found with the USAA. This one is the blue vehicle waiting next to my car in an empty lot at the end of a ketamine treatment. I did get a good enough shot to give the PI tag numbers, but I was so uncomfortable that I went inside and asked the people at the ketamine clinic to please just keep an eye out. Eventually, I'm gonna have to go get my car. I don't want to. This is relating to the complaints that you might see about any writings that he might provide or my text messages about why I was suspect of my phone having spyware on it as well, because it was doing, unfortunately, it still kind of does this. Um, it does all of these weird, um, unexpected, unexplainable things. The malfunctioning, the overheating, the frying. Um, this was tax fraud activity information. I think the timing on this one specifically relates to one of Roman's accusations. I don't recall now. I have the PRO in front of me.
Okay.
Um, I'm just kind of going through these because
Yeah, because I've got to leave
yeah, yeah.
by
All right,
3:30.
let me hit the high points. These are pictures. We're gonna skip all the paperwork stuff. If you don't care.
Okay, no, I don't care.
All right.
Like I'm just going through these.
Yeah, yeah.
They sure look.
Yeah. These are the white car. This is the man waiting in the white car while Oscar and I was at the park for several hours. I recently had a PI run these tags. I haven't gotten any more information. The one that's significant is this one right here. It is a white van.
Mhm.
So a stranger came over to me and acted like she was going to tell me that God smites bad mothers and gives them autistic children. But that's not the case, thankfully. She leaned in and told me that this guy was recording us with his phone. And Oscar was having a meltdown, so I was just trying to keep him safe and in the car at Bargain Hunt. And what the hell am I going to do about it? You know? So I asked her to take a picture and text it to me, which she did. She gave me the description. I asked the PI at the time to run the tags, but they didn't follow up. I have those text messages to video as well. I was just, I was wore out. That was probably an hour and a half meltdown, and it was really, really hot, and I was really, really scared of this. So,
apparently they got nothing, otherwise we would see the
oh
video.
no. Well, no, that's not true because, well, anyway, no, it's not necessarily true. So, Robert Asbury recently ran these tags in April, but he gave the PI bad information. The dates were wrong. The whatever was wrong. The fella, well, I know it's in the documents that I sent you. So, this person is named Matthew Greggs. He is an absolute criminal. The vehicle that this tag belongs to was a black whatever. It was never a white van. The tags were already expired.
What's his name?
Matthew Greggs. Griggs. It's in the documents I shared with you.
And he was following you?
He was recording us for sure. He was taping us with his phone for quite a while. When the lady went up, started skirting around the back of his, because he was parked maybe 2 spaces away from us while Oscar was flipping out. She tried to get a shot of his tag, and he immediately beat and pulled in front of the Bargain Hunt there at the Cedar Bluff area, and then started to hide his head and such. But yeah, so he's legit. He's a real criminal. This lady was nice enough to be an advocate. I told her that I wasn't in any place to deal with the police. This, I think, was this is July 11th. I'm almost sure it was July 11th. So,
Of what year?
This one was 2019.
Okay.
And I can't remember if it was shortly before or shortly after, but this was definitely after my Turkey Creek incident. So I wasn't real happy about bringing the cops in anywhere because I'm sorry. Those KPD officers were horrible for a period of hours to me. So, yeah, I didn't know what they were going to do to Oscar, so there was no chance I was calling them if I didn't have to. There was also another anonymous 911 call when Oscar had a meltdown before Dr. Mansour's appointment about his shoes. And I provided them somewhere in here, but there's witnesses. There was another autistic father who was going to pick up his kid at Goodwill, who was right next door, and then another lady from the church who we later went to Vacation Bible School that intervened and explained to the cops that she's not hurting her child whatsoever. She's just trying to maintain his safety and not let him hurt her or hurt himself or anybody else. But I made the mistake of telling Roman when I got to the Mansour's appointment why we were late and why I was so disheveled and frustrated. And then he turned around and used it against me in the hero. The other ones are the screenshots of, again, the park person creepily watching us. That park's kind of deserted. So Roman has also accused me of making Oscar paranoid. Like I'm the one that's telling Oscar that people are watching us. If you watch at least one of these videos that I stuck in there, you can clearly see I did my absolute best to be as under the radar as I possibly could have with Oscar. To take information and get the hell out of Dodge and not create a scene, not do anything to put Oscar in danger. But yeah, it's pretty weird that scenario is happening more and more often to the point to where Oscar started noticing. Not me. In fact, I felt like a bad person for not noticing. but he would start seeing similar vehicles or particular people in stores. Like there was this one guy that I never got a good shot of, but Oscar saw him a lot. This is after the videos with the white car. It's a close-up screenshot of our USAA joint checking situation online, and the BTC wallets, the Wells Fargo, all this stuff is Bitcoin. This is a screenshot from 2016. I didn't even hear about Bitcoin until, I don't know, late 2018. I didn't know what the hell it was.
What year was this?
The screenshot is from 2016. It was right after I found Ividion, and I was trying to find out if he really was being dishonest or I was just in a bad place emotionally and like jumping to conclusions. So I took a bunch of screenshots of our accounts to check them off of what I already knew. There was a screenshot. I didn't have any idea what I was looking at. It was just a list of an accounts. I can find you the original too. It's just trying to make a point. These are the. He came home and immediately shredded that debit card from the secret hidden flood account.
Okay.
Here. So the one that I got all upset about originally, the Tennessee docs in that screenshot with the money. This is the tail end of that document. But you have the full version of it in a digital format in the document spot.
Okay.
The practice suicide notes that I was telling you about that was ripped up in the trash. So there was a cell phone picture with the 911 on the bottom of it early on today. No, you're not looking for that. That was just the point of reference to explain this picture. I'm sorry.
Okay. Which picture am I looking at now?
It's got a green sticky on the top. Should be the next one down.
Okay.
So this is the ripped up paperwork found in the trash, which was Dad's first practice suicide 911 script.
Okay.
It says something about the trust and the title and the signature, W88. For some reason, the next picture with Roman Reese as his beneficiary is not right next to it where I put it, but I'm sure you'll find it. This has to do, the next shot with the next green sticky and the green highlight is our HSA, which has been a point of contention because Roman Reese has been taking the tax credits and depositing money and all that stuff, but not been using them to actually pay for Oscar's exorbitant health costs. I don't know where the money has been going.
But you have to use it or you lose it.
Typically, yeah. Or you can reinvest it or roll it into something else.
But it has to be used for something medical.
Supposed to be, otherwise it's a penalty.
Right, and the charges, they monitor those charges.
I don't have any record of where that was going. Last time I know it was used, or that he said it existed, was 2015. So there's at least 2 years of money going in, but not getting spent on Oscar.
Is he paying out of pocket then?
Roman?
Yeah.
No, we paid for it. That question would be better suited for him, but I know that there's $7,000 a year that get taken out from, deposited into that account. You get a tax credit for it, but that's not going to pay. It's not been put towards paying Oscar's bills.
Because usually it's put on a credit card.
Right. You're right. It is.
It pays for the medical bills with that credit card.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it does. That first version of the HSA that was closed, or that was the shop prior to this. This is the Wells Fargo account, which also has a living in the area of that cryptocurrency shot. This is where Roman Reese changed, removed me from my HSA account and falsified my power of attorney and created himself as the sole owner without my knowledge or participation. I think that is number. It's on a later shot. Crap. It might be policy 1273. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, you can see that? It's too tiny on my screen. These are unfortunately screenshots that I think I sent to our Raspberry. I'm sorry they're crooked. This is a listing of Roman's notes after Dad's suicide and things he was doing with the account. The super bright pink one is a copy of that beneficiary change after death. It's crooked, sorry. I'm sure I'll have a better shot, but this is just what I had available that I was providing to attorneys. These are more listing of Dad's accounts and Roman's notes after suicide, beneficiary changes, policy updates, starting in like January of 2015, that year. And Roman and him were talking back and forth. I just didn't realize it was about anything money. Hell, I had no idea Dad had any money. This next shot, this book memorial, it's got lots of stickies. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is another HIPAA breach. Someone requested a copy of my psychological records, and Flint Memorial or Gabatin's office cannot account for that specific request whatsoever. There's no documentation, nothing. Went to great lengths. The reason that I find it not okay is because of the wording of this particular psychological record. And Roman uses these misstatements in his TRO accusations about the the IOP at Tenova, which is not it's not what it was called. So the fact that he uses the terminology in the in the TRO suggests that he very much has access to these records that I did not provide because I didn't have these until after jail.
I can't read the date on it.
Oh, the date for my initial intake with Gabatin was July 31st, 2015.
No, the records request.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. It is 2418.
Okay.
And there is pictures someplace. It might be under marital psych, that folder that I shared, where it's his handwriting where he acknowledges paying bills to Boat Memorial on the same date. It's conjecture at best, but it's a lot of these unexplained coincidences of inappropriately or unexplained knowledge of my health information, of my financial information, just stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is moving so much more slowly than I thought. I really wanted to just get to the Oscar part. Documents. Oh, this is porn pictures, graphics folder. Next one is our financial record where Roman was in Cookville on the 13th. I video login with Roman's name clearly entered at the top preset for our computer. This is once again a big friggin' gun problem that I have with Roman Reese. So when he called KPD on September 1st of 2018, after pushing me around in front of Oscar and having the cops come, I had huge friggin' issues, and the cops didn't care that he had a loaded 9mm gun, a round in the chamber, on the bedroom floor. So he swore up and down that, that was not going to happen anymore. He was going to take it more seriously. That would never be an issue. This one is...
So that picture of the handgun is on the bedroom floor? Because it looks like a glove.
No. That's the backstory. This is in December where we're still playing family, like 2018. We were at, I think, Wonderworks maybe. And there's Roman Reese's loaded firearm in the glove box when Oscar was driving with him that day.
Okay. What year was that?
That was, hold on, let's see if this is
That was February when, 2019?
Hold on, there should be it might be too blurry.
Yeah, I can't see the date.
It was December of, like, 2018. I can go back and find, like, screenshots of us all at Wonderworks, but
Okay.
it's a consistent issue. Like, you don't keep around in the chamber with a kid. What he promised me was that he was always going to keep it locked up, or at the very least, he was going to keep the clip separate from the gun. And I don't think that's an unreasonable request. And he shouldn't have agreed to it if he wasn't going to do it. The next one is of me. And I do not recall taking this picture in a bustier. So...
Do you remember wearing the bustier?
I mean, I have things... Yes, I still own this bustier, but...
Okay, so it is your clothes.
Oh, it's my clothes, but, I mean...
But your hair is so different.
It's just shorter or it's pulled up. You know, it could just be in a ponytail from behind. I don't know. But I did not take this picture. I have no knowledge of this picture, and I don't know how it's on our home computer. Oh, the one with the three colored flags is a much closer shot of the confirmation of the beneficiary change after death. So, you don't have to be an accountant. You don't have to be anything special.
Okay.
You know when he was dead.
Oh, the secondary?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Okay.
Not possible when you don't have a head. Vanguard. Okay, so the next shot is dated June 15, 2015. And this is a response to Roman Reese. I'm ready to confirm the changes you requested on your accounts. So, Roman Reese doesn't acknowledge having any accounts at Vanguard. My father has plenty of accounts at Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just another crappy picture. I can't remember when this beneficiary changes. This is our home computer activity on the 20th of June, before Roman was caught using a Regions account, or at least checking a Regions account that has not been disclosed or makes any sense, because the Regions account that I caught him about was closed in 2017. So this is an additional one that he's not coming forth about. Unfortunately, the next one is of pictures of me. Not of Roman and I, just me.
Oh, okay, those little tiny screenshots?
Yeah, they're porn.
Okay.
Of sex acts that he claims he does not have. Secrecy files, more stuff he claims he does not have.
So do you think those are pictures of you and Roman?
Well, I've never taken pictures of sex with anyone else, so yes, they're of my husband.
I know.
No, now what saved and what
I can't see them. I'm just saying, are they you and Roman or just you?
From the limited version of screenshots that I have that I can see, they're just pictures of me. Now, I can't open any of these. That's why they're all grayed out.
Mm-hmm.
They exist, but they're, like, locked up.
Okay.
But he's used them, like, to hold... In 2016, when things started to get bad, his comment to me was, you know... Nobody's taking pictures of you, you're insane, blah, 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 you know. How awful would it be if you said this to someone? What would they think of you? Would they judge you? Would you be able to care for Oscar? What would they think? And how dare you if you were to ever question my dealings with your estate or your father's estate. You know, you'd ruin my reputation. You damage my credibility. You would hurt my ability to protect and take care of you and Oscar. And later on down the road, just a smidge, was, well, God forbid, what if there were pictures of you? What if one day Oscar gets old enough and he's like of the Googling age and he types in yada yada, and there goes his mom popping up. It's like the nasty passive-aggressive statements, as well as the invalidation of, well, no, none of that's real. You're making all this shit up. Oh, but what if? It's really, really scary. Don't do it. This happens to be a screenshot of Catherine Robbins. Good. So there are some bills.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the timing of when we were going to her marital therapy.
Okay.
That still exists. I would not say that that was a good fit whatsoever. She was supposed to be like Imago, very emotionally based stuff, but it was not good. Not good at all. This next one is of a document that Roman later updated to justify non-consensual sex with me, aka rape. So it was, I was, too suggestive. I was moaning during the back rub, or I don't know, whatever bullshit excuse. My shorts were too short, or he just wanted another baby. This is my complaints with not okay with being the receptacle of deposits without my prior consent or knowledge. I insisted that if we were going to have another baby, I wanted to go and see a geneticist. I wanted to know what our risks were, like on paper, because I always wanted another baby. But this was originally created in, I think, 2017, maybe? But then, right around the exact same time, he's updating it after I brought it up for a year. Like, hey, if we want to get pregnant, let's go do this thing together. Let's go to the marital therapy. Let's do these other things and make this better. Big shift. This is a screenshot from Adventure Club. The date is God, it's 8/26 of 2019. So once again, my piece of shit Kia was not working, and I was replacing fuse and light bulbs and all the things that kept repeatedly frying on it. And Roman Reese was ready and waiting at Adventure Club prior to me knowing that my car wasn't going to start. He was there, I had picked him up. When I figured out my car wouldn't start, I immediately called Adventure Club. Yeah. So I asked him right afterwards, like, how in the world did you know that my car wasn't going to start? Why were you there? You've never been there before. More of that unexplained knowledge that makes this uncomfortable. Here's the earlier shot for where I was removed as with my account privileges to give you much better versions of phone records.
Oh, okay.
September 24th, 2018. So he filed for divorce September 11th, 2018. No longer allowed to get records that he demanded in discovery. He specifically knows that I can't, because he took away the privilege. Okay, so this is the previous screenshot. I'm going to swing by AC because they told me he is still there and I don't want him to get kicked out. So that's 5:59. If you go back to my screenshot, I had already called them to tell them that I was going to be late before that and that I was on my way. And when they answered the phone, they said Roman was already gone. They wouldn't have had time to call Roman at 5:59.
See, I can't see the times in the. dates on that screenshot.
August 29th is the gray bar at the very top. And then the 5:59 is down at the bottom right of it.
Right, that one I can see.
Okay.
I can't see it on the ones
Oh,
where you
because
show
it's
the calls that you made.
unfortunately, it's because the screen is super duper cracked and it's oh, wait, hold on.
It just says 22 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, 1 minute ago.
Sorry, that was like a real time screenshot. I can find you a better shot.
Okay.
There might be one further down, but the face. I can show you the face of the phone. It's completely shattered.
Yeah. No, I can tell from the pictures.
Oh, you can? Oh, yeah, I guess you can from that one, can't you? Okay. Well, it's only progressively gotten worse over the travel. This is Oscar's first eyebrow, I believe. A week apart, there was a DCS investigation opened on Roman Reese. Both times in Roman's soul care, like, he didn't get any more careful about it less than 5 days afterwards, which my baby is beautiful, he'll always be beautiful, but he didn't need 2 friggin' stars.
And so there was a DCS investigation?
Yeah.
Anything found?
I don't know. I really don't know. I stupidly and emphatically defended Roman.
Okay.
Because I was drinking the Kool-Aid. Next screenshot. I have requested those records. They said it could be 2 to 3 months. The best way to get them was a subpoena. Of course, Robert Asbury wouldn't help you to save your life. This one is very, very friggin' important, which I really wished that had been seen earlier. This is the allegations that Roman made about me not being responsive for the October 1st Sam's incident and the one prior to that, which I can't remember. 26. This is the one, I can't remember what his story was, but I can give you the actuality of what happened. But the 10-1 call logs are falsified, and you can see in the pictures matching them up both together.
Mm-hmm.
So, got the pink one there on the side for 10-1.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I don't know anything about this allegation.
Yeah, you do. It's in the first evaluation that you did of me. All of his accusations. So the Sam's incident, that was the big deal. That I was non-responsive.
So this is the Sam's incident.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was not non-responsive to his phone calls. He wasn't repeatedly making phone calls that I wasn't answering because the phone calls never got to my phone. He was literally picking up the phone, letting it dial, registering for a second, and then hanging up. He had no intention of calling me. He wasn't concerned in the least. And you can see about me calling him. So when Oscar started unbuckling in the car after we began driving again, that BS allegation of, the child managed to call his father who told him where he was, blah, blah, blah. No. I told Oscar what mile marker we were at. I'm the one who dialed and handed the phone to him to keep him in his car seat. I had called Roman many times earlier than that, asking for support. He also claims that, he had to leave work, blah, 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 blah. Poor him. I disturb him so often. Right here, it says Knoxville to Knoxville at like 5:48, which, by the way, is after the workday. So, wah. Too hard to answer a phone call from your still current wife and your kid who's probably having an issue. And if, once again, all the allegations that he made where, I was non-responsive to mobile crisis, I was suicidal, something about I can't even remember all this bullshit live. Anyhow, if I was in such a dangerous place that I had to leave the house, why, and I upset Oscar so greatly, why would he then call me and let me talk to my kid for, like 7 or 8 minutes the next morning? Once again, the 9/6 accusation where I asked him to keep Oscar, not accurate. He purposely pinged phone calls. This is about the KPD on the 1st of September. There are pictures of, damn it, these are still out of order. I'm so sorry. This is the break-in at the Maryville house in May of 2020. Well, Oscar was having very long phone conversations with me while I was under a discovery deadline, and across the street, or either at Camille Saunders' office. Just trying to go through it fast. These are I have video on activity in 2017, not acknowledged. These are cheating pictures, modified body shots of a Tinder profile. This is unfortunately one. It says 12 of 27 on the top of the little yellow sticky further down. These are all the passwords that Roman was created for my father in like 2010, which he's always had access to his account because he has some creative. This cute little brunette is undisclosed paramour number 2. Also another family friend of years and years. This one is about T. Rowe Price, another one of the accounts that Roman was managing. That is questionable to say the least. You've got some Ividion responses that line up to the other dates, or I should say don't line up to the other dates. That is just a copy of your email to me. Description. I don't know why that's in there. That was nice of me, I guess. Here is the one about the actual criminal videotaping, the white van.
Okay, I'm trying to find it.
It's Robert Asbury forwarded email. And it had to come in 2 parts because it was a screenshot and all I could do at the time with my hands.
Okay.
It looks like there's a sliver of a baby in it.
Flipper of a baby in it.
An orange bubble with an R on the top.
I'm looking. Charlie. I'm looking.
Next to a yellow envelope picture.
Okay, got the yellow envelope. Okay, now I see it. Okay. The attaching from purpose investigator. Photo license plate you provided. Okay. Where would I check it? Greg.
Anyhow, I think the PI would have done a good job, and she has since done a better job. She wasn't given any of the appropriate information. And the actual report that she generated is either in just a document form, or I've taken an additional screenshot and it's got attached. Because I swear when I put it in there, all 3 of them lined up.
Okay.
They just don't stay. It becomes this hodgepodge. I'm sorry. The yellow envelope is my dad's handwriting. This is I'm assuming this is one of his earlier attempts at trying to get the property and his assets put in my name. TKR is me. I have issues. I'm sorry. God, I need coffee. All right, so going backwards above the PI's report, you're going to see like lots of little bubbles of YouTube stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is Oscar's toy time. Roman has been making these videos for a while of Oscar doing a toy review.
Okay.
I'm not super okay with the idea of my kid being out there in the public. He's also been on a couple of Roman's live feeds during COVID, which I'm also not super happy about, because you shouldn't have musicians in your house when we're on lockdown. And I'm not really cool about my minor child being on YouTube. Sorry. If you want to get a real interesting insight into Roman Reese, you should look at his lyrics for these particular newly posted songs. I think it would be very, very enlightening. This is about the KPD incident. So this is the domestic violence letter that came to me after I insisted that they file some sort of report for not addressing the firearm loaded on the floor, or the fact that my child told them that they saw his dad push me around in front of him. But unfortunately, this piece of paperwork went to the Knoxville address, and I didn't get it for a very, very long time. But Roman Reese had it first.
Who sent them the information? Was it you?
Sent them no, they were called to the house.
Oh, okay.
And I had to insist that they file a report.
So who called them to the house? You?
Roman did. The scenario is that Oscar got up early, wanting donuts. It was Roman's day. I was on the way over there to do that, because it's what we used to do when we lived in that neighborhood. Like, Krispy Kreme's right up the street. We'd go and watch the donut machine. Like, it comes through the glaze. Like, what else are you going to do with the kid when he gets up at 5 in the morning? There's not a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Roman had people over at my house in Knoxville, where we had previously agreed that there wouldn't be, number one, any guests without like prior notice, because all of my belongings were still at that house. Like, and he was still playing, we were working it out, like, not okay. So, I think maybe like 9:30 when I roll up with Oscar, I see other people's cars in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So immediately I'm like, what's going on? And it was people that I don't particularly care for or trust. But they were supposed to leave and go to a football game. So I waited. I had a pickup truck from the hit and run driver that, hit the car months earlier. I wanted to get some of the stuff out. They were supposed to leave. They didn't. Roman and Oscar came back from their haircuts after, I was there for maybe 2 hours. I was trying to take pictures of all the stuff that I had already given him stupidly for divorce. There was a red folder. There was a scuffle because Roman didn't want me to see what was in the red folder, because it was really important financial documents. It got out into the living room in front of Oscar. Way more violent than it should have been. I think Roman called the cops first, and I think I was on the line with them just after. And he was like making it sound like he wasn't sure if I was stable and or armed, which is ridiculous. I couldn't pull a trigger back in 2018. My fingers don't allow for it. And it was a big freaking deal that the gun was on the floor. And Oscar was due to come over that day, so he knew. There is the police report number, which I had asked the PI to pull. This is another one of my dad's attempts. It says Master Roman Oscar Reese. And I'm going to have to close that curtain. You can't see squat, can you? Wait, where's the picture? I think this is where Dad was trying to give assets or money directly to Oscar. I don't know.
Okay.
Dad's credit report account. What is this one? This might just be about normal cheating records. I'm not sure. Oh, this is Dad's handwriting specifically with a note about a revocable living trust with Tracy as trustee. And then above it says Roman's birthday, February 29th, 1980, need SSN. So to my knowledge, my dad was never successful in creating a revocable trust with me as the trustee.
Mm-hmm.
But he was definitely trying to get Roman to do it. And if that was the case, if I was the trustee, there's no reason, unless Roman had told him that he needed to, Roman needed to be on there. Policy number. This looks to be like another life insurance policy that I haven't, I don't have any knowledge of, but it's got Roman's name up at the very top in Dad's handwriting. This is another one underneath where TCKR, Reese, and then the USA pension, which is an additional policy where Roman was added as a secondary beneficiary 9 days before death. This one goes back in trazodone meds. I think that might be the back page of the suicide note. Yeah, here's better shots of the actual legit suicide note. The green arrow is where he talks about Oscar for his benefit. The top is his password that would have given him pretty much access to anything he wanted if it wasn't one that he actually created for him in 2010. Sorry, all these are Dad's right now. This is to show you the time of death.
Yeah.
What's that? I think we could skip through. Oh, this is about the ME's report where they have listed that they tested his body and his chemical levels before they ever had the body in custody. And then later on in the report, it shows that they tested a completely different human's blood. Different birth date, different social, whole 9 yards. It was just a total catastrophe and screw up. In the toxicology report that I had to rerun. So, Roman says that I was obsessed with things like this. There's reason that I should have been really pissed off about the handling of the case. This is about the gun that I had to essentially turn over to the sheriff's department in order to get the police report, which I have most recently picked up. Roman presented me the letter from White County Sheriff, 5 minutes before the hearing began. That had been taped shut, or re-taped shut. These are some receipts that I found in Dad's stuff. These are to Knoxville addresses, and I'm the only one that he knows in Knoxville, so I think there were more financial documents being sent. This is a dad's note where it says, Roman Reese, are you a conflict of interest? Most of the stuff is just more about... This is about the credit card that he closed and then had me write a check for, and then I had to turn around and reimburse the marital estate. This was also at the exact same time that he was closing out our joint accounts and reopening his solely in his own name. A lot of this is just my dad's stuff. I mean, it was relevant the first go around to for the. I have a paranoia for a reason, damn it.
Yeah, no.
Okay. This is why I don't trust the man.
This is what I said.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to go. This is not a conducive order. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
This is. Oh man, this skips way the frig ahead. I took a picture of my previous car problem where my tie rod broke. That I was worried about was going to cause an issue getting to you. The last time we had a virtual visit. No, this one was just stupidity. Just closing the clothing trading work products. I don't know where that one's from. This is about the babysitter. This is an imaginary human that supposedly lives down the street. So that's our Knoxville house, which will only be relevant later on. This is the Ividion. So the tech guy sent you a link, or at least he told me he did, where you're able to... No?
I don't have anything.
Okay, I will double check. Maybe he sent it to an attorney. I don't know.
Or if I didn't know I was getting it, could have very easily gone into spam.
Okay. I will double check with that, but...
And I don't open anything with an attachment from somebody I don't know.
That's very reasonable and smart. Sorry.
Right. And I don't download stuff either from people.
Got it.
Even people that I'm doing evaluations on.
I'll have to find a way to be able to open it on mine to show you, I guess. What if I take a video of watching the videos? I don't know how to do that.
If you do it in Dropbox, it doesn't download onto my computer.
I just put a toe in the water with Dropbox, so I can try and use that modality.
Okay.
It's gonna be no less awful than my fun job here. This is the Ividion archive that is locally, physically, and now accurately locally installed on my Oscar's hard drive.
Okay.
This is the video of a month's worth of taping that he doesn't acknowledge exists. There's a link out there, and I know opposing counsel got it. I swore that it got sent to you, but I'm sorry if it didn't. Or at least not in a way that you would have opened to and known it. But this shows from, 2016 on. All this activity is going on. All this time.
Okay.
That's just... okay. We're finally at the end. Where's all the new stuff with Oscar in it? Did I stick it someplace else? Alright. Just documents. Let's go to documents.
Okay.
The stuff about... How about all the phone recordings? Have you gotten any of those? The ones specifically of my mother-in-law and all the other stuff?
They won't play on my the ones that you sent through Google Docs. They won't play on my computer.
Okay. Do you have VLC player? You shouldn't have to download them. You should just be able to listen to them.
I know. I should just be able to. I can't even open them.
Okay. see if I can.
Yeah, some of those were recently sent, and
Yeah.
I can't open, like, I have them, and I try to click on the thing to get it to play, and it doesn't play.
I just want to what?
These.
I just want to what? Hang up first. I will not hang up.
So, does it come up with a little red headphone icon?
Yeah.
And it just doesn't open.
Doesn't open.
Can I try and send you one like real time and see if it works that way?
Sure. And we're gonna have to wrap up in about 25 minutes.
Yeah. So the recordings are huge. I mean, I picked out the best ones.
One or two, I can get the gist of it.
I mean, you've got my mother-in-law saying things that I would not expect her to say. You've got another one of her knowledge of the gun issues. You've got tons of Oscars, specifically the ones that Roman lied about. Excuse me. That were told to the judge and made to be a thing that's now part of this issue. Yeah. Let me see if I can find this one. I'm sorry, I'm super confused because I thought those came to you.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't play them.
But they're on there, right?
They're on there. Yeah, because they have the little headphones on them.
But they
And all I
won't
get
open.
is just a little spinning circle. And some of them I can't even open, and I don't get that.
Right. Wheel. Yeah, that kind of throws me. Maybe I shared it from the wrong folder. I swear I had help doing that one though, because I was really concerned.
No, I have like one of them is called Jim, Mom, Joy, Reese.
Jim, Mom, Joy, Reese.
And it's a headphone thing. I can't even open it.
Okay.
Let me tell you some of the other. I mean, I have none of the files. They have the headphones, which means it's an audio. I cannot file. I cannot open them. This is the Disney one, the one go to the next one.
Okay. Yes, I am so sorry. I'm back in my bedroom, and I did not hear the house phone ring. And my little phone, No, I called your cell phone. I'm sorry. I don't know why I didn't think to call the house phone. That little button on the side.
Sorry. This one is from the first gun incident back in 2017.
I am so sorry. No,
but it won't open for you.
No, none of the files will the headphones open for me.
All right.
I click on them and nothing happens. Nothing.
Drive. Is it considered something new other than RR's BS file?
I have seen the RSVS file.
Is that the file that I'm sharing with you though? So do I need to pick a different file?
Let me see. Bad things R has done.
Oh, that one I'm sharing with you too? All right.
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe I'll put it in marital psych.
I have that one open right now.
Let's see if it gets there. Relax. This folder is empty. Did I misspell you? What did I do? Where did you go? Okay, 10 minutes. I want to. Okay. Gonna put it in the Oscar folder.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you resend it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Maybe that'll work. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I mean, it looks like it goes, but
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
I'm not good at technology at all. Even when I think I'm getting a
I
handle
don't
of
know
it.
that it's you. I was thinking because it's so consistent, it may just not be compatible with my computer.
I'm sorry I'm blowing it. I do not know why it's not more cohesive. I mean, short of just dropping off a thumb drive, which I can totally do. I mean, there's a huge one I sent to opposing counsel, but it's 4 years of all of my call recordings. Yeah, I don't think you want that, but
No.
that one can play. I'm very expensively sure of that one. It can play. Super expensively sure of it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to get an email from you.
Since we're already sharing the drive, I think it just goes in. I don't know that you're going to get a notification of it.
Okay, so then what's the name of it?
It was under Oscar, under marital psych. It's not really the best heading, but that's where it went.
Okay, I've got to find it then. Hold on. I've got to re-find it.
I am so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just trying to find that file.
Oh my god, this is much quicker. Okay. This is where all the new shit landed. It wasn't in Google Photos at all. Just wasted all that time.
Release.
So the one that I wanted you to hear, which was completely unexpected, is this one. If I add a starter, it will give you some. Activity. Yeah. I mean, it shows that it's been shared.
I'm looking.
Yeah, you're
I gotta
the big
find
thing.
the right one. So, okay, so I've got the marital site one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to refresh it.
All right.
Okay, it's refreshed.
Okay.
What is the name of the call?
That one was Jim and Joy Reese. I mean, it's nothing super duper. It's just about her acknowledging that the gun in the closet and saying it would be taken care of.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking, because I'm looking at all the headphone ones. Yes, it's not on here. Let me look at the bottom.
Okay.
I have a voice memo.
I am so sorry that I don't understand.
Okay.
I hate technology. I'm so bad at it. Alright, so I'm sending another one to see if you get a dingle. And this one says new Joy Reese. Hey, I'd be doing this in office too.
Okay, hold on. Did you email it to me?
I shared it via the same drive.
Okay. Let me get back on there.
I mean, I guess I can email them. But you'd still have to open them. The whole point was if you had to do them in Drive that you could just use the VLC player and you wouldn't have to do it that way.
Right. Well, send it back. Resend that Google Drive again.
Resend it.
Because it's not updating on my Google Drive, the one that you're sharing with me. So resend it. So just that whole drive. Okay. I'm
okay.
reload it and see if I can get it up that way.
I don't know that I know how to. I'll try though. I'll take a try.
Let me try this. Okay. I'm reopening it. Hold on. And it's called what?
The next one I tried was called New, like in all caps.
Okay.
6/18/21.
Okay. So I'm doing shared with me. Okay. Right.
These are all going to the Oscar folder. At least they should be.
Yeah, I'm in the Oscar folder.
Isn't that coming through?
Mm-mm. No, the only one I have is an 8-2 call and an RR and said divorce, and I can't open it.
That's the only thing you've got, huh? Okay.
I've got a 3/4/20 call, but again, can't open it. Let me see if there's any others.
Holy crap.
I got a voice memo. Oh, hold on, that did something. Hold on, that's doing something.
Yay!
It says there's problems playing this audio file.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Alright, so, how can I accommodate? I mean, I can bring you an SD card chip and one of my voice recorders. You can listen to it that way. This is not going to be fast. You won't be able to get through it. I don't know how to do it to where you don't have to download it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's recordings on there of there's very important recordings on there. Oscar, trading dad for beers and candy. The one where he drove the friggin' truck through the dining room while day drunk and almost crushed Oscar. Those are important phone calls. The penis rash that was, introduced or telehealth to KPA as a ear rash. I mean, I have these physical documents, but they make a lot more sense when you listen to what was said and what was actually done. All moms hurt their kids except Jess, or Oscar's issues with, dad this most recent one, I don't know, maybe a week ago. Dad told me that you have a lot of money because your dad died and you can buy me the 7,000 V-Bucks that I want for a new whatever skins on a video game. Like, this is totally friggin' inappropriate. Or, Dad said it was okay to hang up on you. Or, I don't have to be nice to you. Like, this is in Roman's in or around every single conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because of his prior false allegations to the judge, which those specific call recordings were provided. The one that I made literally in between speaking to Robert Asbury and walking into jail, where I was thrown on the rack saying that I was horribly inappropriate and upsetting to my child, when I was creepy calm. Like, I really should have been doing much worse first. I was kind of proud of myself afterwards for not. But maybe I'm not understand what your role is in this, but since you are essentially deciding for the court based on your opinion, I think it's really important that you would consider what has been told to the courts. And I mean, I don't know how to validate that other than the screenshots I sent of Asbury's acknowledgement of what I've done wrong and the accusations that were made and what I'm being punished for. That didn't clearly happen if you listened to the recording.
Right.
So
those ones that I want you to answer just briefly, because this isn't going to be like a 700-page novel.
No, I just don't know what he said about me, so I don't know how.
So what I want you to do is those allegations, whatever you have or however you want to answer them, and if I say, hey, do you have documentation for this, then send me that. So take Asbury's list and answer those questions kind of for me. Does that make sense, Tracy? Because that would be helpful.
I can just pull out the text messages with the claims and
sure.
But I can't get them. I can't get the recordings to you because the screenshots of the text messages are already in here.
Okay.
How can I get them to you? Tell me what the best avenue is. Do you want me to just call and like leave it on your phone voicemail? It cut off so many times today.
Yeah.
I can put them on YouTube. Nope, I got it. You don't have to download squat.
Oh, yeah, put them on YouTube. I can listen to YouTube. And you can make that private between me and you.
I don't know if I want to make it private anymore.
Brilliant.
I'm thinking safety. I don't know if I want to make it private anymore. But yeah, okay. So I successfully loaded a video 2 days ago to YouTube, and it was amazing. I'm not really sure how I did it, but I figured it out.
Yeah, anything like that you can help me with. Like, that way I can speak specifically to those things. You know, one thing I do want to tell you is, because I know you get the shit in all the time, you did an amazing job last week with Oscar.
Oh my God, it was horrible. He was so mad at me.
I know, but you handled it so well.
I was heartbroken, and it
I
felt
knew you were
totally set up to fail.
But you did not show it. You kept calm, and within 5-10 minutes, he was all over you.
Right, but I mean, I got punished for 2 days where I wasn't allowed to speak to him. There were no calls answered. When we went to court this past for Asbury to withdraw, Roman wouldn't let me speak to him for 3 days. It's a consistent pattern of, well, Dad didn't make me, or Dad said I didn't have to. Like, there's always retribution that then gets blamed on the child. Always.
Okay.
It's a setup to fail, always. The fact that Roman knew that you had that evaluation together that day, I didn't know. He was set to have that huge, big 4th of July party on the 4th of July. But guess what? He moved it to the weekend after, the day before your evaluation. So guess what? Oscar was going to be tired. Oscar didn't know the appointment was happening. So right there, that is prep for making a bad scenario. Withholding desserts, withholding, junk food. All of these things seem innocuous. But with the purview of knowing your child and what pushes his buttons and knowing how it needs to look in court and to others, he's just the master puppeteer.
Well, all I can say is, Tracy, I was really impressed with how well you handled that.
I'm happy to show you the other videos where, his meltdowns have taken it out of me.
Yeah, I have the picture on that.
Okay, so I
No, I 100% believe you.
There are many meltdowns that I totally suck at, and that I'm literally crying with Oscar and praying to God.
Yeah. No, you don't worry.
Okay.
I got the picture.
Right.
And don't forget, I still base everything on not the he said, she said, but what is in the test data. So I know when you get anxious and overwhelmed, you get disorganized, but that's not because you're psychotic. It's because you're ADD and anxious.
And I haven't slept in years.
Okay. So don't please just you don't have to. I don't need to see everything. I'm just trying to get the picture. I get how stressful it was when Oscar was little for you, and I totally understand that. I get it.
That was a cakewalk comparison to this.
And you are, he's older now and probably got some skills on him that he's better behaved, but I don't think that this is. We haven't seen him one-on-one for a year.
It's just not for the better. I totally agree with you. He is better behaved, and he is. But the cost and the benefit doesn't pay off because he's manipulative and he's not telling the truth.
Hold on, let me speak. I didn't say he was better. I said he's better behaved. Okay.
Topically.
So I get it.
I'm just not going to resort to violence or the kind of emotional manipulation that Roman Reese was using. Like, that is not the way I want to parent my kid, nor do I think it's a good way for him to do it. I shouldn't have to buy his love. I shouldn't have to. My tone of voice should not be enough to make my child cry or quiver.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sorry. Okay, so what about if you could, I really, really want you to at least look at the video of our one unsupervised visit so you can see my child as he is when he knows he's not being watched.
Okay.
I sent it to you, but I don't know how you're going to be able to get it the way I think.
Well, it's in the Oscar file, I think.
Crap, now I don't know, because it says that you got them, but it doesn't.
The videos I have a problem with.
They came up and they were fine.
The videos are fine. So it's the video of the one supervised visit.
Yeah, but it's chunked up because it's on a crap iPhone that I bought like that day.
Will I get the idea?
I don't know. The upset towards the end, I think, is telltaling. His face. He's unfortunately my child, so he's not able to hide a whole lot. His face is inappropriately expressive. The early part, yeah, it takes him a while to warm up to me, but he's organic and he's natural, and
Right.
Yeah, it's just not the same. He wasn't even the same in front of you. Like, how the hell am I gonna get these to you?
I know. I just recently saw that video.
Well, there's like 6 chunks of it, and then there's another one when I found out that he had a dentist appointment that I sat and waited in the parking lot for 2.5 hours.
Right. That's okay. Trying to think.
I think there's another one with this most recent allegation how Adventure Club was going to have me arrested for dropping off books and popcorn.
Okay, I have the end of the visitation right here. It's in the mental health evaluation folder.
How do I get this all backwards?
Okay.
Oh.
See, it's 16 minutes long.
Yeah, the visit was almost 2 hours. I don't know which one that is. I tried to number them, but maybe not.
It says it's the end.
Oh, okay. I'm looking.
But you know what, Tracy? If you can download it. I'm turn this off so the sound doesn't interfere. You can download it. What's that picture of?
This is the. I'm sorry. I just found it, and since we were talking about it earlier, this is the picture of the gun on the floor.
Okay.
September 11th. If I can download it in what?
See if you can download the video on YouTube.
I will definitely try.
Okay.
I don't think I can do it with just audio. I think it's got to be video.
Yeah, you can do it with video on YouTube.
No, I don't think I can do it with just audio. I
Do
think
the whole video.
No. Audio, like just an audio recording of our calls, doesn't go the same way like a video does. If I'm reading it correctly, I think I've tried that before, but I'll figure it out somehow. Maybe I can figure out how just to burn an old school CD, but you won't have any data with it. Like, it'll just be a bunch of really random long stuff. I think I still have a laptop that works that has like a disc burner. Well, no, not a disc. No, it'll only play a disc. That's stupid of me. It'll play a disc, but it won't make one. I don't know how to do it any other way.
Can you do it on a flash drive?
I can do it on the thumb drive, but I mean, you still have to download it.
I know, I don't like putting them in my computer.
Completely. I totally understand. I'm on that camp.
Yeah, I have an old one that I don't care about. I can put it in that one.
It's your dog to kick.
Yes, it's just an old one. I don't use it anymore. So get me, when you come by, I need you to come by this week. Email me the day you can make it.
Can I come by Wednesday?
Yeah.
I have other doctor's appointments, and then,
All right.
Yeah.
Bring your paperwork.
Okay.
Bring the thumb drive, and I will have that one self-report for you to circle. All the other ones I'm sending to you, I've sent you 2.
No,
I need to send you a couple more. So if you can do them.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just been so hard to try to get a new attorney in court.
I totally understand, but maybe in the evening when you're at home.
I promise
sleeping.
when we get off the phone right now, when we're done with this, I'm going to go have a cup of coffee and I will do one of these psychological reports.
Awesome, Tracy.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry these didn't work. I thought for sure you'd heard these recordings.
Oh, no. I could see all the videos without problem, but the audio recordings, I've tried them, and they just will not play.
Breg.
I think it's because I have an Apple computer, and Apple computer is very funny about audio. I have a lot of problems playing audio tapes on my computer.
Okay, I'll ask.
But my other computer is not an Apple. It's a Dell.
All right, I will work with the information I have and the limited understanding of tech and try and figure something out. I'm sorry.
Okay. And then just let me know.
Is there anything else, like, specifically? I mean, I went through because most of my original stuff was geared on refuting all of the dates and accusations that Roman made for the TRO allegation. Have we cleared up the fact that I did not say that Roman Reese has been on all of my dad's policies? Like, all the beneficiaries have been changed, but not all of them. I don't even know all of them. Completely undetermined. It's just a big, scary yuck.
Yeah, that's fine.
The cheating thing, I mean, I don't think you necessarily want to go through all of this, but there's the PI reports that pictures are in there. The reason that I have issue with that is because, he swore up and down that wasn't happening. And it clearly was. And, open pictures for you. If you're going to advertise for 3 ways, while you have your kid, and the picture that you take is from your marital home years before, you're doing all these things. Like,
can you put that on the flash drive?
Which? The PI reports? I think I can send those digitally. I think you already have some. Did I not?
Are they in the Dropbox?
I don't have Dropbox. I have Google Drive.
In the Google Drive. Are they in the Google Drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right, then I'll look for them.
If not, I will double check. Hold on. God, this sucks. Here, I'll send this one now. Okay, how about we pick a folder and I will just slam that one.
Perfect.
Which one do you want me to put it in? Do you want me to keep putting it in Oscar?
No, I would create a new folder because I'm not getting the ones you're putting in Oscars. Just create a whole new folder. Just call it Stuff I Asked For. Stuff Grello asked for. Grello stuff.
Okay.
Put
I'll
the
try.
PR report.
Okay, I'll try. Try right now.
Okay. All right, I gotta get going. I was supposed to be home by 3:30.
I'm sorry. You know I'm a screw up. Best intentions, but a total screw up. Okay.
It's okay. Okay, I knew we would go overtime, so I'm actually go where we have to
really?
go.
All right, so Wednesday, finish
Yeah.
tests. I'll try and work on this. I promise to do
Right.
one psychological evaluation after a cup of coffee.
It's okay, and I will have that everything ready for you. So don't forget, bring the paperwork. The flash drive, and complete the report, the questionnaire, and do those questionnaires online. Once you get those done, I will send you 2 more.
Wait, which questionnaire? Which one? The first one that you sent me that I didn't finish last week? The electronic ones last week? Yeah, okay. Just making sure I'm not missing something. I can't.
No, I only sent you 2.
Thank you.
You should have 2. You should have another one. I resent it last night. It's from Psychological Assessment or PAR.
10:50 a.m. Is it from your email?
No.
Oh, well, okay, maybe that's part of the problem. I possibly thought it was junk. What name am I looking for?
What's it say? You know what? It'll say PAR.
PAR?
PAR or Pearson Assessments.
PEAR, like Pearson?
Mm-hmm. Or, no, Psychological Assessments. Q Global is the psychological assessment.
Excuse me.
I can send it to you right now.
Yeah, do that. Pretty please. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
I'm sorry if I deleted it. I may not have realized what it was.
It's okay.
I wonder if maybe I have to copy a link of these recordings. Maybe that's part of the problem.
Okay, here you are. Okay. So the subject line will be questionnaire.
Yeah, I got a new Pinterest. Yay. Because those always go so well.
Yeah, just the topic line says questionnaire. And it's been sent.
I didn't even get a dingle. What is going on? I do not have time or the money to get a new phone right now. Hang on, buddy. I'll give you some new tape. You're gonna have to hold it together. Questionnaire. Yep. Okay. No. It's questionnaire. Finish.
Yep. That's the
No,
one.
it says 10:04 a.m. That's not now.
Well, I sent it last night. If it just says questionnaire,
we can try it. Not sure how it will work though. This is your reply earlier today, but it doesn't have put the accuser up. No, this is a reply, but it says.
Oh, that's from me. No, it's not going to be from me.
I've got the first one, and it's from you July 10th that I still haven't done because
Right.
I've been trying to fight the legal battle on my own.
So you should have got one. That one is that one Q local?
Yeah, it does say Q local. I'll save that.
Or Q global?
Yeah, I'll save it to. How do I save it? As somebody special. Ah. I guess that's how you print. That's a bonus, but an accident. That's not what I intended. I just don't see the second one. I'm so sorry. You said you sent it though, so I should be looking for either Q Global or U Cassandra. Maybe then, was it like the ones in December? Like the new ones wouldn't come unless I finished the old ones first? Because like getting past that trauma one was really, really tough. And then I think it held up the
work. It's from the same company as the trauma one.
Yeah.
But I deleted that. And that went to a different email. I'm gonna try doing it again. Just totally delete the other one.
I'm sorry.
Totally send you a new one. I'm gonna send me a copy. I'm just gonna say questionnaire on it.
Thank you.
It's not gonna say anything else.
I swear to God, I'm going to spend my entire life at the library taking those remedial computer classes. Hey, have you ever used Otter? Do you have an Otter account?
Never heard of it.
Otter is a computer transcription service. But supposedly, hey, that's a good noise.
Okay.
No reply questionnaire.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I'm saving it and putting a big star on it. That could be a way to where you don't have to download. You could just listen, and you could totally skip through everything. Now, it's not good transcription, but it's transcription just the same.
Oh no, yeah, I've never, and I wouldn't really have any use for it. No, I think flash drive will work. And plus, if I do the flash drive and I do it on the Dell, I'm not going to have the problems.
Okay.
Because I think it's a compatibility issue. I don't think it's you.
All right, I will.
I have so much trouble when people send me audio playing it on my computer because my computer is an Apple, and
yeah, the proprietary.
If they have Apple, then I have no problem. But if they have anything but an Apple, I think whatever is the audio software just is not compatible.
I will divert to your learned knowledge because I don't.
Well, it's a theory, but
it's just frustrating. Frustrating. Okay. I will hit it once again with my wonderful shotgun approach, and eventually one of the ways will be successful and stick.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll see you Wednesday.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, and I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. We got it.
And I can pare down some of the documents because we've already gone through a lot of the old crap.
You're good.
Coffee. Okay. Thank you, and have the rest of a good Saturday. I'm sorry I took up so much time.
It's okay. You're welcome, and I will see you Wednesday.
Okay.
Bye, Tracy.
Bye-bye. Good. You turned it off for me. Oh, coffee. That was horrible. Oh. Shut up, stomach. Oh, puke. Noticing. This shit like 3 minutes. 30 minutes. Okay. Close. Close. Uh-oh. What do you do?